Libra, my dear friend, you are standing at the threshold of something rare, something that does not come twice in a lifetime. This moment you have stepped into is not ordinary. It is a divine wave of transformation, the kind that changes not just your circumstances, but the very course of your destiny. You have been chosen for this shift because of the strength, balance, and resilience you have cultivated over years of trials and silent perseverance. Everything that once held you back is dissolving now, making way for a life where you live from fullness, not just survival. And today, I am here to help you see exactly why the universe has aligned this moment for you. If you've landed on this video, understand this is not an accident. In the realm of the soul, nothing is random. Your presence here means your name has already been whispered across the fabric of the universe, carried to this point with perfect precision. Here on Zodiac Whisper Tarot, I am your guide in unlocking the messages of light meant only for you. This is not just another horoscope reading. This is a map, a sacred design, woven from astrology, tarot, divine timing, and the unshakable law of spiritual cause and effect. Lately, have you felt yourself becoming more sensitive to the subtle signs around you? Perhaps you've had recurring dreams, or you've noticed repeating numbers like 111 or 222 appearing in unexpected places. Maybe a single glance, a forgotten song, or a chance meeting has stirred a sense of recognition so deep it feels ancient. These are not coincidences. They are invitations from your destiny, signal that the next chapter is opening, and the veil between where you are and where you're meant to be is growing thin. The truth is, the universe no longer needs you to be the one who holds the peace for everyone else. It needs you to shine. To take up the space that was always yours. To step forward without apology, without shrinking, without permission. You are being called to reclaim your place, your purpose, and your power. This reading will walk you through 5 sacred revelations drawn specifically for Libra energy in this cycle, each one a missing piece you've been seeking, even if you didn't realize it until now. What I'm about to share with you is not simply guidance, it's confirmation. Confirmation that the path you've been walking, no matter how lonely or unclear, has been leading here all along. By the end of our time together, you will see why certain people had to leave, why certain opportunities slipped away, and why certain delays were actually divine protection. You'll understand why this is the moment your life begins to align with what it was always meant to be. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to thank you for being here. Every like, every thoughtful comment, every time you share this channel with someone who might need it, and every subscription you make is not just support for me, it's an act of alignment for you. Your engagement sends a clear signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, ready to participate in your own transformation. It is your energy that fuels this space and allows me to bring forward messages that can change lives. Libra, I invite you to stay with me until the very end of this video, because what the universe is about to reveal is extraordinary. The details you'll hear may bring you to tears, not from sadness, but from the undeniable beauty of realizing that life has never forgotten you. This is your moment to witness the perfection of the timing, to see the intricate weave of blessings that have been waiting, sometimes for years, for you to be ready. So, I'll ask you now, what within you has called you here today? I want you to take a moment and write it in the comments. Share a word, a feeling, or even a number that has been showing up for you lately, perhaps 7, 11, 22, or whatever comes to mind right now. Let this be your way of confirming your connection to this reading, of saying to the universe, I am here, I am ready, and I accept what is meant for me. This is how you anchor the energy we are about to unfold together. Now, take a deep breath, center yourself, and let's step together into the truth of what's coming for you. You will want to hear every word. There's a shift in the air around you now, Libra, one that feels almost like the quiet after a long storm when the clouds finally begin to part and the light filters in. For so long, you've carried the scales for others, adjusting yourself to accommodate their weight, absorbing their imbalances so they could find stability. You've done it out of love, out of loyalty, and out of a sense of responsibility that seems woven into your very nature. But this season is different. The wheel is turning, and the scales are swinging back toward you. Justice, the card that is your birthright, has arrived not as an abstract ideal but as a living, breathing energy moving through your life right now. Justice is not about punishment, nor is it about revenge. It's about alignment, about bringing what has been out of balance back into harmony. This is the universe's way of saying that everything you have endured silently has been seen, even when you felt invisible. Every quiet act of grace, every time you held back from defending yourself to avoid unnecessary conflict, every moment you put someone else's comfort above your own, it has all been recorded in the unseen ledgers of life. And now, without you having to push, fight, or plead, the return is coming. The energy of justice asks you to release the identity of being the constant peacemaker. You've been so used to managing everyone else's storms that it can feel uncomfortable when the focus shifts back to you. But this is the moment to embrace the truth that balance does not mean self-sacrifice. It means fairness for all, and that includes you. Allow yourself to become the central point of your own life again, not just a supporting role in someone else's story. From a self-help perspective, think of this time as a recalibration of your personal boundaries. Start by reflecting on what you've given away too freely: your time, your energy, your forgiveness, and ask yourself whether those choices were in harmony with your highest good. Write down the moments when you said yes but wanted to say no, or when you stayed silent but longed to speak your truth. These are not mistakes to regret, they are markers of your compassion. But now, they can also become lessons to help you step into a more empowered way of living. Justice doesn't just come as external events, it often begins internally. The moment you decide to treat yourself with the same care and respect you extend to others, you begin to invite experiences that reflect that decision. This is where practical action meets universal law. When you start valuing your own needs, you create space for the universe to meet them. The people and situations that once drained you will begin to shift or fall away, and in their place, you will find relationships and opportunities that nourish you. There's also a quiet courage in letting go of the need to be everyone's savior. You might notice guilt or hesitation rise up when you say no or when you choose yourself over someone else's demands. But remember, preserving your energy is not selfish, it's wise. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't hold the scales steady for others if your own side is unbalanced. This period is also an invitation to forgive, not because the other person has earned it, but because you deserve the peace that comes with letting go. Forgiveness here is not about forgetting what happened, it's about releasing the emotional tether that keeps you anchored to past pain. It's about saying, I no longer allow this to define my present or dictate my future. As you step into this renewed balance, speak a declaration over your life. I am no longer the keeper of balance for others at the expense of myself. I am the center of my own light. Let that truth settle into your heart, and watch how it changes the way you move through the world. And I want to hear from you. Who have you forgiven recently, even if they never asked for it? Share it in the comments, not as a confession, but as a testament to your growth. Your story might be the encouragement someone else needs to finally set themselves free. This is how we, together, keep the scales moving toward light. There are moments in life when clarity doesn't arrive with a grand announcement, but rather like a soft light breaking through after days of endless cloud. The star embodies that kind of illumination, a quiet yet powerful reminder that you have never been lost, never been overlooked, never been invisible. Even in the seasons where you felt unseen, the universe has been watching, gathering every act of kindness you gave without expectation, every seed of hope you planted when no one was around to applaud you. And now, it is returning that light to you, multiplied, so you can see the path ahead with renewed trust. This energy is gentle but unshakable. The star doesn't force change, it invites you into a space where healing happens almost naturally. You might notice signs, small, specific, and perfectly timed, that reaffirm you are exactly where you need to be. Repeating numbers like 111 or 222, the sudden appearance of a white butterfly crossing your path, a feather landing in front of you, or even an old song playing at just the right moment, these are not coincidences. They are subtle messengers, aligning your heart to the truth that the path you've been walking, however winding it seemed, is part of a greater map designed with care. Think of these signs as gentle taps on your shoulder from the unseen, guiding you to slow down and look deeper. In a busy life, it's easy to dismiss these moments, to chalk them up to chance, but what if you paused and allowed them to speak to you? What if they were your reminders to breathe, to recenter, and to trust that you are being led? This is where your awareness becomes the bridge between what you hope for and what you are ready to receive. Healing under the star's influence is not just physical or emotional, it is spiritual alignment with your truest self. When you give yourself permission to step into that alignment, you begin to release the burdens you've been carrying for far too long. It's like laying down a heavy bag you didn't realize you were still holding, and feeling your shoulders lift in relief. This is not about erasing the past, it's about allowing the past to take its rightful place as a teacher, not a jailer. In relationships, this light also brings closure. There may be someone from your past who reappears not to rekindle old feelings, but to complete a chapter that's been left open. This encounter might stir old emotions, but the purpose is not to pull you backward. Instead, it's to return a missing piece you didn't know you needed to move forward. And when it happens, the emotion you feel may surprise you, not grief, but release. Tears may fall, but they will be tears of freedom, a sign that your heart has finally made peace with what was. You can support this process by creating moments of stillness in your day. Just 5 minutes each morning, sitting in quiet with your thoughts, can help you hear the softer guidance that often gets drowned out by the noise of daily life. Write down the signs you notice, no matter how small they seem. Over time, you'll begin to see the pattern, and with it, the assurance that you are being guided towards something better than you can currently imagine. The star's energy also serves as a mirror, reflecting back the truth that the light you've been seeking outside has been within you all along. It calls you to remember your worth, not because of what you've achieved or how perfectly you've handled your struggles, but simply because you exist. That, in itself, is enough to warrant the care, opportunity, and love that are now finding their way to you. And so, in this moment, you are invited to stand under that light and let it restore you. Let it remind you that nothing is wasted, that every detour has its place in the story, and that you are already walking in the direction of your brightest days. When the signs appear, and they will welcome them as old friends, for they are here to lead you exactly where your soul has always known it belonged. Sometimes prosperity doesn't arrive with fanfare or in the form of a sudden windfall. It comes as a quiet opening, an invitation to step into a higher frequency where the resources you need can finally find their way to you. The Ace of Pentacles speaks exactly to this kind of moment. It is not about luck in the shallow sense, it's about alignment. When you match the vibration of abundance, opportunities appear that feel almost tailor-made for your skills, your timing, and your deepest values. This is not a lottery ticket. This is a key turning in a door you've been standing in front of for far too long. Right now, the energy around you suggests a new pathway is being carved. It might look like a fresh career direction, an unexpected source of income, or even a bold decision to monetize a talent you've quietly nurtured but never fully showcased. What's important is that this opening carries a sense of intentionality. You're not stumbling into it, you're meeting it halfway. And the more you prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and practically, the more natural it will feel to step through. Managing this blessing wisely will be essential. Think about your current financial flow. Where does your energy leak through unnecessary expenses, unproductive habits, or commitments that no longer serve you? Begin creating a system that reflects both responsibility and vision. Write down a small investment plan. This could mean setting aside a portion of your income for education, a project you believe in, or a business idea that lights you up. The act of organizing your resources is not just practical, it sends a clear message to the universe that you are ready to handle more. This is also a time to recognize the connection between your energy and your earning potential. If your days are filled with things that drain you, you will inevitably have less capacity to spot and seize opportunities. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, begin adjusting your frequency now. Spend time each day visualizing yourself already in possession of what you're seeking, practicing gratitude for it as though it's here. The law of attraction works best when your belief is consistent and your actions match that belief. Numerology adds another layer to this reading. Pay attention to dates whose numbers reduce to 8 or 11. These are days when the energy for financial activation is strongest. On such days, take small but decisive actions. Send that email, pitch that idea, submit that application, or make the call you've been delaying. These moments may seem small, but they are like planting seeds in exceptionally fertile soil. Alongside these practical steps, there's a deeper invitation to explore what you've been hiding from the world. Often, the talents we keep tucked away are the ones that could open the most doors for us. Maybe it's a skill you've been told isn't valuable enough, or a passion you've only pursued in private. What if that very thing is your Ace of Pentacles, your golden key? Bringing it into the light could not only shift your financial reality but also expand your sense of purpose and fulfillment. Consider this a reminder that opportunities rarely chase those who are standing still. They're drawn to movement, to intention, to the magnetic pull of someone who is both ready and willing. And readiness is more than confidence, seeks clarity. The more clearly you can define what you want, the easier it is for the right door to open. So I'll ask you this: what is the gift you've been holding back from the world? Share it in the comments, because you never know who might be listening, who might be inspired, or who might hold the exact connection you need to bring it forward. By naming it, you affirm its value not just to you, but to the collective energy we're all part of. And when you honor your gift, you make it almost inevitable that the door you've been waiting for will swing open wide. Change often comes disguised as loss, and yet, when you look closely, you see that what's really happening is a release-guided passage from what no longer serves you towards something that can finally hold and nourish the person you're becoming. The Six of Swords carries this exact message. It is not about running away, and it is not about abandonment. It's about a deliberate crossing from one energetic shore to another, even if you don't yet see what awaits on the other side. The truth is, you are not losing anything essential. You are being moved out of harm's way, away from environments, mindsets, and patterns that have quietly been draining your life force. This kind of transition often brings tears, and that's not something to resist. Tears are not a sign of weakness. They are the body's way of cleansing the residue of what you've carried for too long. When you allow yourself to cry, you create space in your heart and mind for what's next. Think of it as a detox of the soul. Just as your body releases toxins through sweat or deep breathing, your emotions release stored tension through those moments of vulnerability. In many ways, this journey mirrors the ancient image of people leaving a land of bondage for a promised new home. You might feel the pull of the familiar, even if that familiarity kept you small or stuck, simply because it's what you've known. Yet, stepping away from it, whether it's an old belief, a limiting routine, or even relationships that no longer match your frequency, marks the beginning of a sacred migration. And like every migration, it asks for trust. You don't have to know exactly what lies ahead. You only need to know that it is better aligned with your growth than what you're leaving behind. One of the most powerful ways to honor this shift is to say goodbye intentionally. Take time to write a letter to the version of yourself that lived in that old space. Thank them for what they endured, what they learned, and for keeping you safe until you were ready to grow beyond it. This practice not only offers closure but also affirms your readiness to step fully into the new. Daily moments of stillness can help anchor this energy. Spend 10 minutes each day in quiet reflection, breathing deeply, and repeating the affirmation, "I allow myself to step into new ground." Imagine the weight falling from your shoulders as you visualize stepping into a brighter, more open space. Let that vision settle into your body until it feels less like a dream and more like an inevitable reality. Caring for your physical body during times of energetic movement is equally important. Increase your water intake and incorporate herbal teas that help cleanse and support your system. Avoid overstimulation from caffeine, prioritize rest, and move your body gently. Walks in nature, light stretching, or mindful movement can help you process the emotions that accompany change. These small acts signal to your entire being that you are safe to release the old and welcome the new. Transitions like this can feel bittersweet, but they are also deeply empowering. Every step you take away from what kept you limited is a step toward the version of you who can fully embody the life you've been envisioning. Even if you can't see it yet, you are heading toward clearer waters, calmer energy, and a space where you can breathe more deeply than you have in years. Hold that vision close, and let it guide you until your feet touch the shore you've been destined to reach all along. There comes a point in your journey when the work you're doing on yourself is no longer just about you. The King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles together show that you are stepping into a chapter where emotional mastery and legacy creation go hand in hand. You've learned, sometimes through trial and error, how to navigate the storms without letting them sink you. You've discovered the difference between reacting from the heat of the moment and responding from a place of grounded clarity. This balance is not only shaping your present but is also becoming a foundation others can stand on long after you've moved on from this stage of life. When you make peace within yourself, you don't just heal your own heart, you shift the emotional DNA of your lineage. Patterns that may have played out for generations, cycles of fear, scarcity, or silence, can end with you. This is the deeper meaning of the Ten of Pentacles. Legacy is not measured only in material assets, but in the energetic blueprint you leave behind. The choices you make now, the way you love, the habits you cultivate, all ripple outward to those who come after you. This is why your personal growth is an act of service to your family, both those who walk beside you today and those who will only know you through the example you leave. This recoding process is subtle yet profound. It might mean introducing healthier ways of communicating, breaking free from limiting beliefs that were passed down without question, or showing your children and even your peers that stability can be built on compassion as much as on strength. Each time you choose authenticity over people-pleasing, each time you honor your feelings instead of burying them, you teach everyone in your sphere that it's safe to be real. This is how emotional mastery becomes a living inheritance. Creating a legacy also means being intentional with the energy you infuse into your daily life. The habits you reinforce, the routines you stick to, and the way you carry yourself all matter. Simple, consistent actions expressing gratitude, following through on promises to yourself, setting aside moments for reflection lay the groundwork for something that can endure. It's less about making grand gestures and more about aligning your everyday choices with the life you want to see continue through others. In love, this chapter asks you to look deeper. If someone new has entered your life, see them through the lens of your soul rather than through the ache of loneliness. A connection built from wholeness has a very different vibration than one built from a need to fill an empty space. The King of Cups teaches that love is richest when it flows from emotional security, not from fear of being alone. Let this be a time when you invite partnership that enhances your life rather than defines it. Your legacy is not just about what you accumulate, but what you activate. It's in the values you model, the resilience you demonstrate, and the kindness you choose even when it's difficult. It's the tone you set in your home, the dreams you dare to speak out loud, and the belief you hold in your heart that growth is always possible. These are the unseen treasures that will continue to shape lives long after the specifics of your day-to-day are forgotten. As you stand in this energy, remember that you are not just building for yourself. You are shaping the energetic soil that others will plant their own futures in. Every step you take toward authenticity, balance, and emotional wisdom is a step toward a future where the best of you lives on it only in memory, but in the choices, freedoms, and possibilities of those who will follow your path. Libra, if you've made it this far, know that nothing about this moment is random. You didn't just stumble onto this message, you were guided here, pulled by an unseen thread that knew you were ready. Ready to hear the truth. Ready to see yourself as the universe sees you. Ready to step into a rare wave of transformation, the kind that only comes once in 1,000 years for a soul that has been forged through resilience, grace, and quiet strength. You have carried so much, for so long, and yet here you are still open, still capable of love, still able to dream. That is no small miracle. From this moment on, the lens through which you see your life can shift entirely. Imagine tonight, when you lay your head down, the tears you might feel are not from hurt, but from release. Picture them washing over the old chapters, cleansing away the heaviness of every misunderstanding, every mischance, every self-doubt you've ever carried. Let them fall freely, because when you wake tomorrow, your eyes will no longer be clouded by the past. You'll see the horizon clearly, and it will call to you with a certainty that you belong to it. This is the gift of awareness, the realization that you are not here to merely endure life, but to create it. And creation begins with choice. You have the choice to align with the version of you who knows her worth, who doesn't apologize for shining, who accepts blessings without shrinking or questioning. This isn't arrogance's agreement with the truth that you were never meant to live small. Say it with me now, not as empty words but as a declaration written into your very energy. I accept my complete transformation. I open my heart to receive all the good things I deserve. Let that sentence echo in you, because the more you say it, the more your mind, your body, and your spirit will begin to rearrange themselves to make it so. But here's the thing, this moment is not just for listening. It's for doing. The path ahead will be shaped by the steps you take now. Will you commit to listening to the signs you've been given? Will you take that leap toward the opportunity you've been hesitating to claim? Will you begin the practice of treating yourself as the source of light you truly are? I want you to think about one action you can take in the next 24 hours to affirm this new chapter. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be real. Maybe it's making a call you've been avoiding, starting a journal, applying for a job, booking a trip, or simply taking 10 minutes to sit in silence and visualize your next chapter with total clarity. Tell me in the comments what that action will be, because when you declare it here, you're not only holding yourself accountable, you're inviting the entire Zodiac Whisper Tarot community to witness and support you. I also want to thank you, deeply, for allowing me to be part of this moment with you. Every like, every comment, every share, every subscription isn't just a number, it's a point of connection, a way for us to continue walking this path together. This channel exists to bring you messages that awaken, heal, and empower, but it's your presence, your engagement, and your willingness to open your heart that give these words their real power. So before you go, make sure you've done 3 things. Leave a comment to activate this frequency in your own life. Hit the like button so this light can reach someone else who needs it. And share this video with another Libra in your life who might be waiting, right now, for a reminder of their own light. Libra, the truth is simple. You are a bearer of light, and that light has been seen. It is recognized by forces far greater than the ones you can see, and it is cherished. The world needs what only you can bring. And now, you step forward not as someone waiting for permission, but as someone who knows they already have it. Your next chapter isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to begin. Will you?